Alright guys, hello and welcome back to another video today on my channel, and today we are back in the NASCAR 2021 career mode, or not the NASCAR 2021, NASCAR Heat career mode. But yeah, let's just jump straight into this. The Atlanta Motor Speedway, 42 laps. Assign work. I think it's already been assigned there, and we got that done. Select car. We're going to be using our Speedway car. Complete matches, and let's jump through to our Folds of Honor 500 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Alright, so we are here. Stories of the race. William Byron failed his optical standing station multiple times. He's starting at the back. Christopher Bell gave up qualifying position for new tyres, and Michael McDowell is also starting at the back after he had to replace his transmission. So we will start 37th here instead of 40th. I'm sorry, I just completely forgot to film qualifying. We were the worst. We came 40th. We were super slow. Nothing much happening. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is an L of a race as well to go along with it. But hopefully we can do something about it, as the 95 of Bell trying to go around the outside. We're going to try and hold him high and follow Haley low as Bell loses some speed because of it. Although now we've got the 24 of Byron trying to go through. As Byron tries to turn us, the Bell's now going to try and come through, and Byron with an early scare here. It looks like we've already lost a lot of time to the cars ahead, as Bell losing some speed. McDowell as well there. I don't think we've got much of a chance here. These early days in these career modes don't look good, and they just look like they're so much faster than us by a goddamn mile. They just walk away. We just have no chance here, and this race is a walking L, and I'm just gonna end this one because we're not gonna do anything from here, are we? No. It's so far away. I'm sorry about this happening every single time, but you can see there's not much I can physically do to stop this, can I? They just walk away from me at lightning pace. So yeah, this will be this race done, notched up, finito. Yeah. Alright, so we finished that one, 40th finish position. Matt Kens with the fastest lap and most laps led, but we really had no chance in that one. I don't even... we're just gonna sit at the back for most races, really. So hopefully that can eventually maybe start to change, and hopefully we can get a change in fortune. But yeah, 163,000, and maybe after the next race we should be able to get ourselves another car, which is good. And having a look at what we've got coming up, it probably has to either be a short track car or maybe super speedway. But it looks like that we've got a heap of short tracks coming up. We've got Homestead, Miami, and then a speedway in Texas, and then short track Bristol, short track Richmond, super speedway at Talladega, Dover is the North Speedway, and then short track at Martinsville, and then a heap of speedways, a road course at Sonoma. So maybe we have to go yeah, maybe we end up having to go maybe short track, and then car 3 has to be a super speedway car in the end of things. But Homestead, Miami it is then for the Speedway. Select the car, obviously the Speedway car. Yeah, and we'll just jump through to this event. Hopefully I'll remember to do qualifying. Alright, so we are here for qualifying here in Homestead, Miami. Here to hopefully qualify a bit further up the grid. I did do a bit of practice and it looks like I have a little bit of pace at this track. It's definitely a lot more than what I had, although that was with a racing line. So I think we can definitely hit that goal of a 36.0, which should be top 35. So hopefully we can bang this lap out and get a good success out of it. As we go a little bit high there, which might hurt our lap a little bit. Keep to the right hand side. Jump on the brakes, and that might be good enough for a 35. I don't think it will be though. 35.8 gets us 33rd on the grid, which is actually decent, but I don't know if we'll be able to hold that into race day. You never know, but hopefully we can hold that into race day here in Homestead, Miami. But yeah, Darrell Wills Jr. struggling all weekend. He's got that cold symbol on him. Kurt Busch, he's on pole position for this one in the #1 monster car. And Michael McDowell, he crashed during qualifying, so he's going to start at the back driving his backup car as we are ready to jump in this race. We are decently up the grid and hopefully we can make it count, but you never know. I think I have good pace, but our car just might not be quick enough for much this weekend. You just never know. So hopefully we can gain some positions as the 62 trying to come at us, but I try and sit in the draft of Nemchek and we should get away from the 62 as he tries to turn us, and that could have been a disastrous start to our race today, and we're going to get overtaken by Chastain on the inside and Gorhan, and now everyone's gonna swamp past us as we are just left in the wake of most cars. 37th. Now Chad Fincham though we can come back at, and maybe Carter. Chad Fincham though, we haven't cleared him yet. We're gonna get the draft off Carter, but he's gonna get the draft off the white car ahead of him. As we hit Carter because he was going way too slow around that corner, and that allows Fincham to come down the inside, and now the 34 can, 34 McDowell can fly around the outside, and that's most of our race done. But we can maybe latch on to McDowell. We go high again. Hopefully we can latch on to McDowell in a draft. We can bring ourselves back up towards him. We're very quick in this final turn, just not so quick in turn 1, as we are back up high in the draft of Fincham. We probably just need to sit in behind him here if we're going to make anything work, but it doesn't seem like we are, as we can maybe get a move on Gorhan and Fincham. Gorhan, if we get a good enough exit. Fincham is basically done, but he's going to get the draft of Gorhan, and we're not going to get a draft ahead. So Fincham can hold his line, but we are a lot quicker through this turn 3 and 4. Gorhan though going slowly, so that's quite annoying, as now Fincham can come back at us because we hit Gorhan. Fincham gets through us, does he? No, not yet. We've gone high, but we can maybe swoop back down on him. In the draft of that Toyota, should be able to get him back into turn 3 and 4 if he doesn't hold our low line. He doesn't. And now we can fly past that 49 Toyota. And we're not going to try and let him back through here. We're going to try and get in the draft to go ahead and go away from him. Get away from that Camry. As we can latch on to that 62 car. And we can fall back behind it. But if he keeps the high line into turn 3 and 4, maybe we can stick one down the inside of the 62 we go. Can we hold the overspeed though on that Chevy? We can get him. Yes, lap 7 now, 29 laps remaining, and we are holding our own here. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose some time in turn 1 and 2, but Bobby Carter 8/10 ahead. We're starting to regain towards where we started this race. Starting to drive better. Maybe this is getting towards a little bit more promising, or is it just the track kind of suiting me? I figured out the driving lines pretty quickly, and it's easy to hold them around here. Whereas in the last race it wasn't as easy, as we have a 5/10 gap to Gorhan and a 7/10 one to Bobby Carter. As we can start to see some speed now as we catch up to Nemchek and Garnell. We are starting to see some speed now, starting to drop away from Gorhan and Fincham towards the back here. I think we're gaining most of our speed in this turn 3 and 4 section, as we are seeming a lot quicker than everyone else through that corner. But we're in draft range now of Nemechek. It's just not giving me that indication. But we're definitely getting some slipstream here. It'd just be, can we hold it through turn 1 and 2? We can here. Maybe there is a move opportunity on Nemechek into turn 3 and 4, as I can feel the draft. Draft now, you can see it on that speedometer. Hopefully he goes high. He goes high enough as we can get him. We're clear high, and we get him through turn 3 and 4 and onto lap 10. He's gonna come back at us though, the 38. And of Nemechek, and he's probably gonna get us unless we're quicker. Through this turn we are, and hopefully we can also grab Carter as we look to push back towards our qualifying position of P33. This has been a good race so far. Might be hard to chop up this one, whereas the other ones have been quite easy to chop up, because I haven't had to do much recording for them because I've just been stuck at the back the whole time. As we are catching Carter, who doesn't have much of a gap ahead. 25 laps remain in this one, as we're starting to see some shaky tyres in the rear. And this is where things can all unravel for us, but we are gaining on Carter. Should be in the draft. If he goes higher, he doesn't. No, we're not going to get the 73 that time. We're going to have to hope that next lap he stays high, so we can maybe send one down the inside as the Mustang of Nemechek gaining, as we're in that crucial P35. Where we have to get 3 P35s, and this could be a crucial one, especially with some short tracks coming up. You never know how we could act in those, as we're continuing to just slide around now, and Nemechek is going to maybe have a chance to come back at us, and maybe our aggressive driving style isn't helping us that well. Our front right is only at 83% though, so it doesn't look like anything is too bad, but here comes the 38 now. Gonna try and defend from him, maybe force him to go higher with us. Cut back down inside and hopefully have the speed on him if we don't have a lot of wheel spin on the exit. We're going to be fighting with him. He's going to get the slipstream off the car ahead, the 73 of Carter, but we are a lot quicker in this turn and are rolling it through there quite nicely to gain back the position, or will we, because it's a poor exit again. We're going to try and block him. We get the block. This could be crucial defense here, as I'm going to probably try and jump forward through this one until later on in the race. So we are now jump forward to lap 16, and we are catching Carter at a rate of knots here, just slowly catching him over the laps. Maybe building towards a move on the 73 as we go very, very narrow, having to hold our line, and we do lose some time to Carter, but it's all in the corners where we're making it up. As you can see, his name jumps back in and then jumps back out ever so slightly. And I thought this was going to be the move as we continue to have a big sliding rear as the leaders are catching up to us now and lapping us. You can see on the minimap that extra red number is the leader of this race on the back of Nemchek, pushing him along, which is actually quite annoying because we were starting to kind of break off from Nemchek, and as the leader pushes him along, that is very much annoying me. As now, is he pushing him back towards P35 and back towards challenging us as we're sliding, and we are gone, and the yellow is going to have to come out, and we're going to have to pit. I'm going to get no fuel, but I'm going to get 4 tires, and we are going to be last in this one. And this is very, very annoying, and I can't believe how we've lost all these dumb positions to him, as Wallace Jr. ahead of us is cold, so maybe we can jump him early. But Gorhan, the 62, we can jump him early. We've got to pass all these cars again. Fincham, Wallace Jr., and it's so annoying, but we do have fresh tyres, so maybe that could help us in our conquest through these positions. Are those fresh tyres? As we're going to have a great start and shooting past Hoff, now Reagan as well, up towards LaJoey and Gaze in the top 30. We're going to try and push Gaze through around this corner, and we are gaining and gaining because of our tyres here. Haley, Priest we're going past now. They've all got old tyres and we are splitting them now. Now is this going to be big points as we spun again? And we've tried to go too deep on the inside, and we've lost all our positions. And I am quite pissed off at that. As I try and turn back in and go spinning again. Nicely done, and the yellow obviously comes out, and we're gonna pit again. And I'm quite annoyed. If we can't make that start again, it's going to be very annoying as we slip on the inside, back tires squealing. Hopefully our exit is good enough, as we've got 10 laps to go. Again, Hill, instead of Gorhan this time, pushed to the outside. Hopefully our exits are good enough through these turns. 10 laps remaining. Our tires should hold up until then. But hopefully the grip we're going to have from these new tires will be the same as it was on that last restart, where it's just carving through the whole field, or at least into the top 35 again, as we can see the acceleration difference and speed difference, especially through the corners. And as I'm trying to pick the gaps to go through, Dylan now beating him, Haley beating him. We're going to squeeze through the gap between Gaze and Priest. Now Cluster in the 41, Haas car. Chastain ahead. If we can just break away through these cars, as I try and push McDowell through. Reddick as well. We're past Chastain. Apparently we're still position 38, which makes no sense. I don't know how we're position 38. Are we a lap down? We're not a lap down. We wouldn't be a lap down because we've caught up with the clear, so I'm not sure about that. But we are gaining on all these cars here. I wonder if... Yeah, I'm not sure. Are we on the lead lap? I think we are. As we are catching and beating cars. There's Kyle Busch, pole sitter in this race. Obviously, new tyres could mean everything. Well, these games, I haven't changed any settings. If you played NASCAR Heat 5, you know you can't really change much mid-race. You can't even end the race or like simulate through it, or even DNF the races. As when I was sitting in 40th, I found that out real smart. But now, this feels really weird, because I don't know what position I'm in. I should be on the lead lap as Kyle Busch spinning, and I think that'd be a yellow, a strict yellow, and we are still back in 38th. I don't know how. Free pass, we must be in a lap down. Oh, we were a lap down. No. Okay, so hopefully our tyre advantage hasn't gone away completely, but that has confirmed it. We are a lap, maybe we're 2 laps down. Alright then, well, I might just grab us a thingo real quick to let us through, and because that's quite annoying that they put us 2 laps down. As well as Junior goes spinning, and that might be a caution. I didn't really mean to do that. And we'll get our free pass, and now we should be on the lead lap. We're starting 38th. There's cars in front of us. There should be cars behind us. There are. Okay, so we're now 38th. Officially in overtime here in NASCAR. Hopefully our tyres are still good enough to get us through this. As there's slow cars and we can go down the inside of a few of them. On this kind of weird entry road as Reagan, spinning, Nemechek. Now we're going to see if our tyres are really still giving us that advantage. It's not as big of an advantage as before, but we've still got it, I think, as we go on towards the final lap. Carter sent spinning. We can kind of sit through a gap, P31, as we're going to fight for P31 with Carter, but I'm going to push him out wide and hopefully jump in the draft of Gaze and continue leading, as it'd be horrific if we got taken out there. There as I come back down and Carter's there again. This could be disastrous, as I'm hoping to leave Carter out in the dust. I am. And we're going to latch on to Gaze and we're going to leap forward, and if we can just make it through this turn, maybe we can grab P30 off Gaze. Why not? Grab a P30, best position of our career mode so far. We're gonna come home for P30 in Homestead, Miami. Somehow, after a great drive and some cautions, I didn't cause all of them, but some annoying ends there, as you can see the tyre difference, but we're gonna come P30 here, speed rating of 85. That's amazing around here. Brilliant. A decent amount of money, 200 grand, which should mean that we can do this, as we're still 40th in the championship behind Chad Fincham, but 30th in Homestead, Miami isn't that bad. It's very good for our team, best result we have ever had. But yeah, great result. We'll be able to buy our short track car, and this should be the end of, so 200 grand, a total of 1.69 million plus 27,000 fans. Our car went obviously down a long way, but we can finally get a new car, as we've got some nice. We're gonna send a compliment to Ryan, a compliment to Ricky, and a compliment as well to Ricky. Why not just get on the side of all the drivers? There you go. We've got to get 2 top 35s in the next 3 races, but maybe, you never know, as we are going to have a look at a new car. We're going to go probably to a short track, as we've got 2 coming up in the next 5 races. So yeah, it has to be Phoenix, Bristol, Richmond, Martinsville. We got 3 of those tracks coming up very soon, so we are going to grab a short track car, as we should now be able to maybe get some employees as we can, and we're going to hire Jerome Higgins, the suspension specialist, and we actually train him up. So now for our next race, we're going to have Max on everything on this car, and when the short track races come around, we can grab Max on those ones. So for Texas, we're going to have a good car there, and we're going to have to grind for 2.7 million for another car, so hopefully with some better results we can get there. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this one. Have a good one, and goodbye.